Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
I'm Nick Kinzel.
And we just had a wild ass weekend at Martinsville Speedway. Me and Nick had the pleasure of being there for the whole weekend, seeing the truck, Xfinity, and Cup. What a wild weekend, Nick. How did you enjoy yourself?
Dude, what a wild ass finish to all three of those races that we saw this weekend. Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. That place did not disappoint. The hot dogs were delicious. Only complaint is it was cold as out there, and we slept in our cars for most of the day, for most of the time there. But other than that, that place did not disappoint.
No, it was such a great time out there. Our first time over at the Paperclip. The beautiful part of Virginia, and I definitely go back again. Like you said, Nick, the hot dogs were great. Racing was great. It's just such a great time out there.
That place is made to be the cutoff race before going to the championship four. Like the drama was intense all weekend long.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys got to decide to go to Martinsville on a weekend where it's not my fiance's 30th birthday or my wedding weekend next year. You know, maybe the year after we could go or something. Hamrick can tag along. We'll see.
Hey, we always got the spring race too, the night race.
That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks before Talladega, so count me out.
Yeah, maybe not next year.
Next year's wedding weekend, boys. It's gonna be. I got maybe 2 or 3 in me, and then we'll reconvene in the 2023 season.
There we go. All right, guys. So you know how we start off our show. We always start off with our Diecast of the week. Nick, what did you bring for us today?
It's championship weekend, baby, and my boy Daniel Hamrick, he might have lost the race on Saturday, but he locked himself in to the championship four. That is now his third time. So all three full-time Xfinity Series seasons that he's run, he's made the championship four. So I got to bust out the Poppy Bank colors because that's what we're riding with this weekend, ride or die. It's going to be nice to have practice and qualifying back this weekend. So we're not just going to line them up 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get to see what the speed out of this car has. Let's see if he gets it done. So riding the Poppy Bank cars this weekend.
I like it.
Solid.
Mikey, what'd you got?
All right, Ian, avert your eyes once again. You are not going to enjoy this. I've been waiting for this one. Talk about championship race weekend. Chase Elliott's 2020 Phoenix win, championship clinching number 9 Napa Chevrolet in all its glory with the yellow 9 for Jimmy.
It's the only thing I like about that.
Sorry about you, buddy. I knew that would maybe not be your favorite, but hey, man, get back in the apartment this week sometime. Until then, so until next season, this is the closest thing to a new diecast I could play.
Well, there you go. All right, and I'm going to stay in the Hendrick camp. This is actually a new diecast that I got from my buddy Connor Bunn as he visited us at Martinsville Speedway. William Byron's throwback to Days of Thunder. Such a cool freaking diecast. They even got the Hendrick City Chevrolet sponsor on there as well. Just such a great job they did with bringing this paint scheme back into NASCAR. And thank you, Connor Bunn. I didn't even know this was an elite, so that makes it even better. So really badass. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, that's quite a gift right there, man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he didn't even have to do that. He brought one of the coolest freaking diecasts out for me. What a guy.
Oh, for sure.
All right, guys, let's get into our Martinsville review. And we had trucks, Xfinity, and Cup all at the Paperclip this weekend. And yeah, as we said earlier, it was intense as across all 3 series, you only had one driver that was locked into the final 4, and that was Kyle Larson. So there was a lot of spots up for grabs this weekend, boys.
Yeah, this had to be what the most ambiguous championship 4 picture across all 3 series I can remember to only have one person locked in. This was really one of those weekends where anything could have happened, and in a couple cases, anything did happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. The truck race, as we expected at Martinsville, was an absolute wreck fest. Todd Gilliland, this seems to be his track. This guy goes on to win stages 1 and 2 really, really fast throughout this entire race. And then playoff implications, the championship leader, guys, John Hunter Nemechek. Surprised that he wasn't even locked into a Final Four spot, and he gets taken out by Austin Wayne Self, a guy who doesn't even run up in the front, takes out the championship leader and could possibly knock him out of the playoff run.
He got dumped. He didn't just get wrecked. He got dumped. That 22 truck, he hooked him, man. And we were all just sitting there like, holy crap, here we go. John Hunter Nemechek's not going to make it into the championship 4 after being the most dominant truck all season long. Gets taken out by a hack like Austin Wayne Self. That's my new favorite term, by the way, hack. I'm gonna use that a couple times on this. Gonna use that a couple times on this show for sure. But man, he wins Brett Griffin's "What an Idiot" segment of the week right there. What an idiot by Austin Wayne Self right there. That would have, if John Hunter would have gotten taken out of the championship 4, I think someone was getting their ass beat on pit road after the race.
So I missed a lot of the truck race on Friday. How did it happen?
Basically, John Hunter Nemechek was just trying to get around the 22, and he went in on his inside and was just racing him hard, and then 22 just hooked him.
Oh, that's a bad look.
Like, imagine being the guy.
Austin Wayne Self is already a bad
leader.
Austin Wayne Self is already a bad look. So
it is Austin Wayne Self. Every time he wrecks, I still tweet good.
Yeah.
The funny thing was that I listened to Austin Wayne Self's post-race presser. He's like, "Well, we're all out here racing for the same damn thing." Nah, dude, this guy's racing for a championship. You're racing for 22nd every week, so
he's racing for a title. You're racing for your Bojangles money for after the race. Buddy. It's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Oh man, that just cracked me up again. That's what brings me back to my what an idiot segment right there. We're racing for the same thing. All right, that's like Quinn Houff wrecking Denny Hamlin, and then Quinn Houff saying, "We're all racing for the same thing here, man." Nah, buddy, you sit down.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. But yeah, that was a mess there. And then Zane Smith, he went on to win in a freaking thriller. Going three wide with Todd Gilliland and Stuart Friesen.
He just darted him.
Todd Gilliland, he just gets spun out by Friesen. And then Zane Smith, he's out in front when the caution comes out, gets the win and locks himself into the Final Four. Martinsville started off with a goddamn bang with them getting taken out there on the front stretch.
Dude, Zane Smith, he knew what he was doing right there. Because I remember we were watching him at the choose cone for the restart, and Zane Smith was second in line, but he went straight to the bottom. As soon as he did that, I looked at these boys and I was like, he's about to get inside. He's about to door the shit out of this 38 right here. What happens? They go down into one, doors the shit out of 38, and then the 38 gets spun by the 52. But hey, that's Zane Smith. He was racing for his playoff life right there. If you're the 38 truck, I feel like you have to expect that to happen. You're not in the playoffs anymore. If you're the leader and you're not in the playoffs and you got a playoff guy behind you racing to get into the championship 4, you best expect you're about to get used up right there. And that's what happened. Also for Zane, though, he's kind of had a really down year. I had found victory lane prior to this. And after the great rookie season in the trucks last year that he had, it was pretty cool to see because I definitely did not have him in my championship 4 for the trucks.
Yep, absolutely. So great job for Zane Smith. And guys, our Final Four for the truck series is John Hunter Nemechek, Matt Crafton, Zane Smith, and good old Ben Rhodes made it in.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, good to see my boy made it. Just kind of had a slow and steady, wins the race, get enough points, you don't got to worry about it kind of day. But going back to Zane Smith, if you guys remember, the very beginning of the year, we did a prediction show. I picked Zane Smith to have a breakout year. While he didn't do that, I did pick him to make the championship 4. So kind of a backdoor roundabout kind of way to do it. But hey, got there in the end.
Yeah, man. So, hey, your boy Ben Rhodes, he just had he just had a nice Saturday afternoon drive right there. His point situation was looking great. He was like plus 40 at one point. He was just like, I'm gonna bring it home in one piece, and we're gonna race for a title.
Yeah, that's good, mature driving, and given the situation, just go get the points you need. So, God forbid Austin Wayne Self decides to come up on you. You're probably in a good spot. So.
All right, guys, let's move on to the Xfinity Series race. We had Austin Cindric leading the field to green under the lights. And then we had a caution coming out for Sam Mayer in that 8 car. Getting basically brake checked by Ty Gibbs, it looked like.
yeah, those two hate each other, man. And one thing Ty's going to have to realize here is the dude's just got to mature up for next year. He's going to be running full time. He ain't going to be in that 54 car next year. So he's already got the respect of a lot of those guys. But if you're going to go running down brake checking Sam Mayer of all people, you got to mature up or you're going to get run over by some of these guys. That's what they were talking about on DBC. So, yeah, you got to mature up there in a situation like that.
Young and stupid.
Yeah, I would just say, there was a lot of times we watched Ty Gibbs race this year, and we would say he's wise beyond his years and really looked like a veteran. This was one of the instances where he looked like a teenager, got out there racing somebody, which understandable, rivalry since they're probably 15 years old, probably even younger than that. We've heard the stories, those guys running like ARCA, K&N and stuff against each other. And I watched a couple of those races, saw them two battle pretty hard.
They don't like each other.
Oh, yeah.
No, not one bit. So, but you know what, though? Like we've been talking about, you got to have the wherewithal to think in the car, hey, what am I racing for? What is he racing for? Is it really worth getting caught up with this guy right now?
Right.
Yeah. All righty. And then we had Austin Cindric going on to win stage 1, and Noah Gregson won stage 2 after holding off Harrison Burton. And then Justin Haley gets a mechanical failure. His brakes go out, so he has to go into the garage, basically screwing himself out of that final 4 spot.
That piece of shit should have just stayed in the garage.
And then we had a big wreck coming out of turn 2 involving Jeb Burton, Riley Herbst, Michael Annette, and Myatt Snyder. And then after the restart, Noah Gregson, he gets pushed by Austin Cindric into Ty Gibbs, spinning out the 54 car. So a little bit of karma coming back for Ty Gibbs there. And then Harrison Burton, he ran off of pit road with his jack still attached, and it looked like it was just kind of running by itself on the back stretch there. That was pretty funny.
Oh, Harrison. That man's going cup. That man's going cup racing next year, huh?
Will we?
Think the jack's going with him or what?
Yeah, I guess so.
No kidding.
He must really like that one or something.
And then with less than 20 to go, Daniel Hamrick was looking really, really fast here, takes the lead from Noah Gregson. But then, of course, the late race caution comes out.
Who was the piece of shit that brought out the caution?
Your good old buddy, Justin Haley.
That goddamn 11 card does it again. I knew it was going to happen. I was nervous as hell already because it was what, 6 to go, you said? How many laps were there to go?
It was about 6 laps to go or
6
so.
6 laps to go. I was like, here we go, man. Here we go. And then as soon as the caution came out, I was like, well, let's go battle for a top 5. I knew it was over from there.
Yeah, because Noah Gregson, he beat Daniel Hamrick on that restart. Then another caution came out for the 31. And then, guys, we had a dramatic overtime finish, a drag race to the end with Noah Gregson, Austin Cindric, and my boy Noah Gregson gets the win. He needed that win to lock himself into the Final 4, does it in dramatic fashion, and I lost my mind.
Standing right next to Ian, I can't confirm that did happen. But Noah G, he had one thing on his mind coming into Martinsville that was going out to win, had a very fast car, and it was that outside move that got him in front of Daniel Hamrick on that restart. We've seen Noah Gregson do that move before when he won his truck series race here. So he's just very good on the outside. Sucks for Hamrick. He's in the championship for those. So while I was extremely pissed off we didn't get the win, He seemed really, really upset with his team after the race about a little bit of orders on where to go on the restart, because he even said in his interview, he's like, I think I could have beat him on the outside. So, but he's in the championship 4. So while I was really mad, grateful that he still got in. But yeah, Noah G doing Noah G things, especially when he won. He shotgunned a bush apple, which was badass.
Well,
so.
first off, he ripped up those freaking tires. He destroyed
Yeah,
those
man.
goddamn
One of the
things.
best burnouts I saw, and then shotgun the bush apple. I love when that guy wins. He's
climbing
so full,
the fence.
so full of energy. That's why I think he's great for our sports. So that was awesome.
Just wait till this
Noah
dude
G.
wins a cup race or something. You want to see a celebration.
I can't wait for that, buddy. Holy shit. But yeah, they even had to put new tires on his car so he could get it over to victory lane. Like, he freaking shredded those things. Like, that boy knows how to celebrate. I'm so glad that we were there to see that shit. Oh my God.
That's your first time seeing him win in person, yeah?
Yep. And now I've seen my 3 boys win. I've seen Harvick win in person, Kurt Busch, and now Noah Gregson. I can die happy now.
I've seen
2 of them this year too.
Yeah, Kurt and Noah this year. 2 Vegas boys.
Look at that.
I've seen my boy lose the lead twice this year on late race restarts, so that's great.
Nick was like, yeah, that's cool, but I've seen all 0 of Hamrick's wins. What's up?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's his damn shirt. I know it is. I put the shirt on. I put the shirt on Saturday morning, and I was like, we're gonna be leading, and then we're gonna lose it, just like at Atlanta. What happened? We were leading, then we lost it. Oh, but yeah, how about that for Gregson though? He started out this year like shit.
Yeah, it did
four
not
out
look good.
4 out of the first 5 races finishes at 28th or worse. Yeah, he turned it on when he needed to turn on. He's gonna be tough to beat at Phoenix too.
Oh yeah, finished second here last year to Austin Cindric, so he's just got to be perfect. That championship is his. I really think that he could do it. Him and Hamrick, man, how cool would that be? Daniel Hamrick, if he gets his first win and that's his championship, that would be awesome.
Hey man, if it comes at the expense of turning the 9, I'm all for it. I don't care if he gets I don't care if he gets his ass beat in victory.
All right, buddy. All right. I might have to fly out to Morgantown and beat your ass if that happens.
I'll be drunk as hell. I'll be drunk as hell if he wins the title. So I'm gonna be easy to take down. That's for sure.
Yeah, you can punch him in the face all you want, but he can't feel it. That's not really
Oh shit. So guys, our final 4 for Xfinity is Austin Cindric, the Dinger, Noah Gregson, and Daniel Hamrick. So let's go cup racing. Martinsville, Denny Hamlin had to go to the rear for failing pre-race inspection. So Kyle Larson, he led the field to green, and Chase Elliott, lap 1. I was kind of rewatching the race here a little bit. He got a little aggressive going into turn 1, kind of doored Martin Truex Jr. getting in there. So he was getting real aggressive real early into this race.
I would have loved to hear Truex's radio on that one.
Oh, yeah. This
he wouldn't have said anything. He ain't a lapper. So
yeah, that's true.
That was Quinn.
He would have, he would have blamed. He's like, well, that damn 53 car 10 rows behind me. He caused that shit.
Yeah.
So
if he ain't checked up, Chase wouldn't have had to do that.
Yeah, right. And then what's going on with Ryan Blaney and Austin Dillon? I feel like this is a rivalry in the making here. Austin Dillon just driving way too aggressive to Ryan Blaney, giving him major damage in the left rear. Like, buddy, you're not in the playoffs. What the f- are you doing?
So the 2 races ago, I think at Kansas was just kind of, victim of circumstance. If you go back and watch it, the 3 just kind of got loose and came up under him. Sucked because, Blaney would have been coming into Martinsville with a pretty big old points in the bag kind of situation. We'd have been in pretty good shape, and that didn't happen. I still felt good coming here into Martinsville. It's a good track for Ryan. I thought, hey, get up front, run well, you'll be all right. But then, of course, this had to happen. They were saying that when on the broadcast that, there's something like his throttle blipped. So some people were starting to speculate what he brake checked him. I don't think that's the case. I think I was kind of feeling along with the radio, and I follow a couple Twitter accounts that will, put into words what they're saying on the radio and stuff during the race. And he hated his car early in the race. So I don't know if it's something where, Blaney had to kind of overcorrect and had to get out of the gas and, But I will agree, you're up the guy's ass like that lap 14 or whatever it was this early into a 500 lap race. It's like, all right, man, let's take it a little easy here. One thing we do know about Martinsville, it's a war of attrition. You got to be there at the end for it to matter. So passing there for like 13th or whatever it was, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, absolutely unnecessary. And then Chase Elliott, he goes on to win stage 1. Kyle Larson, he was caught speeding on pit road, so he had to be sent to the back. And then karma comes back for Austin Dillon as his right front goes down. He hits the wall hard. And then Chase Elliott, he goes on to win stage 2, which basically secured him into the final 4 spot.
Oh yeah, it was the Chase Elliott show. Those first 2 stages, like I'll say, those first 2 stages of Martinsville, that was not what I was expecting the first 2 stages of Martinsville to be in a race like this. But right after they dropped the green flag for stage 3, that's when that intensity ramped up.
Yeah, and the intensity.
I was gonna say, dare I even say, besides the Blaney stuff with Austin Dillon, the first like stage and a half, almost 2 stages, little bit of a snoozer.
I was like,
what's going on?
I was like, there's nothing going on right now. I'm just here chomping on some hot dogs. That's the most exciting part of my day right now. Chomping on some dogs. So
all right, hold on. Okay, sidebar, because I gotta know. Martinsville dog. Did it live up to the hype or not?
Oh, it lived up to the hype and then some, man. That was freaking delicious.
All right. So we're gonna do, because of where we're from, Martinsville dog versus Chicago dog.
Oh, that's a tough
one. I'm kind of a picky eater, so I don't really eat a full Chicago dog to like with all the shit on there. But
I go Chicago dog if I don't get relish or that salt shit on it. I'm not a relish guy.
But
so give me
Martinsville dog is really up there.
Give me a Martinsville chili dog, man. I'm all for it.
Oh man, don't let Patrick hear that.
I think, dude, Patrick would fall in love with these. Dude, they had a freaking chili dog eating contest. I thought if Patrick was like, he would win that thing.
He would have been perfect for that, man.
Yeah, right?
He'd have won by like 18 dogs or something.
Dude, we'd still be trying to get his ass out of there. He'd be like, can I get some dogs to go home, man? Come on. He would have been hounded down the track president and be like, oh, can I get another one?
Yeah, right? What the hell?
You only gave me 3. What is this shit?
Yeah, right? But, the final stage did start off crazy because we had a battle of the scrubs with Josh Bilicki and Quinn Houff. Bilicki went into the wall and took Houff with him, and then Quinn Houff wasn't happy with him and spun him out right in front of the safety truck, which NASCAR stopped him for 5 laps on pit road. Oh, I just love to see that when like Rick Ware cars face off against the Starcom racing car. It's just comical at that point.
Oh man!
Oh, the battle of the idiots right there, man. What are you racing for there? 38th place or something like that?
No kidding.
Boys have at it. Short track racing at its finest.
And then more drama on the short track. We had Brad Keselowski spinning the 9 in turn 4. They were battling for several laps. Brad Keselowski had enough and turned him in turn 4.
That's where I thought me and Ian were gonna lose our lives there for a second.
Yeah, because me and Nick were going crazy. We were jumping up and
wild.
down.
And the Chase fans all around us just giving us the looks.
I thought I was gonna get into a bunch of fights that day.
I was like, come at me. What are you gonna
do? Territory, huh?
We were in the.
I stood up on my seat. I'm wearing my freaking Kevin Harvick, Jimmy John's fire suit. I'm standing on the seat. I'm just like, come on, bring it on, dude.
Oh man, that was incredible. I love to see it.
That brought out so much energy. I loved it.
And from that moment on. That race, that final 150 laps, that was short track racing at its finest right there.
Oh yeah, and Truex was having some trouble. He was getting sent into the wall, getting some damage. And then 23 to go. Bowman gave Hamlin the bump and run. Bowman took the lead, but Denny Hamlin took it back. And guys, Keselowski looks like he is like reborn or something. He was so goddamn aggressive throughout this entire race. Like old Brad is back. Like
Dude,
he was turning people, he was pushing them out of the way. Like this is what he needed to get more wins again and be aggressive.
He was fighting for his playoff life right there. So he was in a must-win situation. So I expected the two to be aggressive, but holy shit, turn it to 9. That really, I was like, all right, Brad, I like it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that was crazy. And then Alex Bowman spun out Denny Hamlin with 7 to go, going for the win.
That crowd lost its damn mind.
Dude, it's crazy to think that's his home track too, and everyone was like cheering that Denny Hamlin got spun.
Martinsville has hated Denny Hamlin ever since 2017.
Yeah,
they took out their precious little baby boy, Mr. Chase Elliott. So they've hated Denny Hamlin ever since. And holy crap, that's when I really thought I was a dead man, because then I had the Chase fans looking at me because I'm in my Denny gear. I was like, "What, you want to fucking go?" We had this Chase Elliott fan in front of us. He was wearing a 9 hat
he was talking shit to me.
That was signed by Kevin Harvick, and I was like, "What are you doing, man? Like, are you stupid? Like, you need to learn how to read your numbers, there? You want to talk all this shit? Look who you got your hat signed by."
But that was the most I have ever defended Denny Hamlin before. Oh my god! Like I'm on the Denny train now. Like, Kendrick, man.
Half of that 48 car, man.
You guys,
man, I've never seen a track get so explosive in my life.
Place lost its mind. It was one of the craziest reactions I've ever seen at a NASCAR race ever.
Yeah, but you know what? Denny eggs this shit on though, and here's the thing: is you take the unsolicited pot shots at fans, and you want to be the outspoken guy that is controversial and runs his mouth on Twitter, and you want to be the guy that's also bumped and moved not just Chase but multiple people within the last couple of years for wins. And when you do it, it's just short track racing. Hey, it's you doing what you got to do, but it happens to you. Then you go crybaby full pro wrestler heel. You can't hold on. You can't act like the bad guy, be the bad guy, and then act surprised when you get treated like the bad guy. Like you do everything to lead up to it.
No. This fucking hack in the 48 car, not in the playoffs. He was talking like, "Oh, I knew the point situation, so that's why I was going to turn Denny." Now, after he turned Hamlin, Denny was only 8 to the good. If he would have junked his ass, Denny would have been out. And that would have been that. I just don't think you wreck a guy like that who's fighting for a championship. It's Martinsville, short track racing. I get it, but not the kind of move what the kind of career Alex Bowman's having. So
they ain't racing for 34th on lap 18 there, dude. That's for the lead with less than 10 to go, and you got the faster car. If you want to block the lane the whole time like that, as Denny was doing, getting down, running the inside lane, the faster lane, you know what? They're racing for the win out there. If they're not going to allow to race for the win, then don't have the non-playoff guys out there.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying he was that close to taking out a championship or contender. That's the only reason I'm pissed off about that. And then people were so mad about him coming down the front stretch after that, acting like that's a chicken shit move and everything. What happened in 2017? 11 spins to 24. What happens down the backstretch? Chase is bumping and banging him, smashing him into the wall. That crowd's going wild because those little whine baby little 24 fans. Now they're the 9 fans. They get their way. I get it. That's good.
No, Mike, I never thought I'd see the day where you're defending Alex Bowman, man. I remember you never really liked this guy.
That's how you guys should know that I'm trying to come from a level-headed point here. I don't like Alex Bowman. But here's the problem: is it's become a thing of the Chase fans and it ain't got nothing to do with any of that. Here's this dude going out there doing what they pay him to do. Go out there and try to win races. Playoffs be damn, playoffs or not. He's going out there. They don't pay him to run second. They pay him to go out there and try to win races. He has won 4 races this year. That dude is not a hack. That's the second most wins at Hendrick Motorsports this year. So going back to everything, you want to have the controversy and all that after the race. Cool. I loved it. That's the kind of stuff that gets people talking about NASCAR. The problem is, again, you look like an idiot running your mouth after the race, calling this guy a hack and how he gets run over by his teammates week in and week out. Well, first off, one of his teammates is the defending champion. Second off, that's the only dude in his camp that's got more wins than him this year. So you want to start calling people a hack that have more wins than you get a little skeptical, especially knowing what you're going to do next weekend.
Man. Hey, man, just look at the stats, man. Alex Bowman has the second most wins at Hendrick Motorsports, and he's still on the stat sheet the worst car there this year. Look at the stats. He's got, well, let me pull it up. I think I have his numbers pulled up for this shit.
Oh, well, that has been so bipolar this year.
We can talk and we can quote numbers all day. I guarantee you, when you look at those numbers, there will be 4 little ticks in the win column, and we'll be talking about a guy that is not a hack.
I don't know about that. 8 top 5, 16 top 10s this year. The worst Hendrick driver. He's got 4 checkered flags. Good for him. Can't wait to root for him in the championship that he's not racing for this weekend.
All right.
Go Bowman.
All right, there you go. Maybe if it had his crew, they wouldn't put that monster piece of tape on it last year, and you'd be all
right. Oh, damn!
What's the choke gonna be this year?
Probably loose lug nuts. I'm calling it right now.
Probably be that or tire.
And then you're just gonna fail post-race inspection.
I would laugh though if Alex Bowman turned him next week. I would laugh hard if Alex Bowman turned the 11. I wouldn't even.
I would get so much respect for Bowman if he just went in there and just doored him like lap 2 of the race.
I would be coming on this show next week, and I would be coming for that kid's throat. Oh, he'd be a wanted man in my book.
I just gotta say, if Bowman doesn't want to get shit on, don't with a playoff driver. Because if you with a playoff driver, you're gonna get some shit. So
they're racing for the win, though. Here again, listen. I would 1,000,000% agree with you guys if this was like for 15th place, like 60 laps in the race. You're doing this. You're racing for the win, man. The wins don't count any less if you're in the playoffs at this point. I mean, there's still wins. Like, yeah, it doesn't move you on to the next round, but we're still talking about wins.
Right. Well, then race them for the win. You don't have to take them out. Try and race him for the win.
But again, I don't think he really intended to take him out. He went in there, got in there, probably overdrove it just a little bit, trying to get all he can get and kind of moved up into him. Look at where they hit. He hit right above his wheel well. If you're trying to wreck somebody, you're not going to do it to the point where you get a tire rub too. That's just stupid.
Well, end of the day, 48 ain't racing for shit next week.
Well,
so case over, case closed. Case closed until he tries to come at us. Until he tries to come at us next week, and then I'll be back loaded up for some more.
Well, I'll just say your boy Denny better go out and win the championship this Sunday, because all this little issue he's been talking all week about. Well, I get so much better when the pressure's on me. Well, go ask Larson. When everything controversies go my way, that's when I step up. Okay, you step up so much in the controversy. Look at your championship record, pal. Let's see how you do this week after the controversy. You're gonna do what you always do and choke it away.
Well, I think that's a good spot to kind of pause our show here, take a little break, and guys,
I can't wait to capture up Mike's little Chase Elliott tears, put him in a jar. They're gonna taste so yummy when I'm a champion next week.
Goddamn, why do you have to be at school? Why do you have to be at school? This would be such a great weekend if you weren't at
If you're really lucky, really lucky and everything goes your way, then you'll finally have as many as Chase.
That guy.
All right, guys, we'll take a quick short break. We'll be back with Kinzels Classroom. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Stock Car Spectacle. We are digging into a very special episode of Kinzels Classroom. Professor, take it away.
Oh, saddle up, boys. Class is in session. This is my favorite Kinzels Classroom that we do every season. This is the one. This is the big one. This is Championship 4 edition. All 3 series. We're going to be looking at the Truck Series Final Four, the Xfinity Series Final Four, the Cup Series Final Four. We are going to be digging into each of the 4 contending drivers for each of the respectable series. We're going to be talking about their keys to winning the championship for each of them, and then we're going to be making our picks. So let's get into this. Truck Series Championship 4. So our 4 contenders for the Truck Series: Zane Smith, who, oh man, what a wild one at Martinsville last week to get himself in there. We got Ben Rhodes, the consistency. We got Matt Crafton looking to expose the system yet again. And then we got John Hunter Nemechek, the freaking favorite to win this thing. So let's start off with this 21 truck of Zane Smith. Let's look at Zane Smith's year here. So he's got the 1 win that came at Martinsville in controversial fashion last week with that hard racing at the end. This season has been very meh for a guy who had a breakout year for a guy who ran very well last year in his rookie season. Because prior to that win, he only has 2 top 5s and 13 top 10s on the season. And in his only Phoenix start, it was last year where he finished second. So I'm sure he's going to be carrying that bit of momentum with him. And honestly, many consider this guy to be the weakest link of the championship for, given he's really only here because of that controversial win where he got into it with Todd Gillen and Stuart Friesen on the final restart to capture that win. It's going to be an uphill battle here for Zane Smith here on Friday night at Phoenix. Keys to winning the championship for the 21 truck, Ian.
I think just drive how you normally do at Phoenix. He's got 1 start here, and he's got 1 top 5. So
it was a second place finish last year.
Yep. So I think he's just got to do exactly what he did last year, and he's golden. That championship is his. He's getting hot at the right time, and I think he'll cap it off. And that would be amazing.
How crazy would that be? This dude only in the championship 4 because of that win last week. He really hasn't been there all season long. Goes out, wins the last 2 races of the season. I'm the champion. Let's go. Get shit on. Like that.
Get shit on.
Get shit on. I'm champion. I full on expect Zane Smith to be walking around like that. Oh man, that would be insane. All right, let's talk about this 99 truck now. Ben Rhodes. This is a season of consistent runs for this 99 truck. Opened up the season very strong. 2 wins on the year for him, where he went back-to-back at the Daytona Oval and then the Daytona Road Course. And to cap that off, 7 top 5s on the season, 15 top 10s. And yeah, this is just really a season of consistent runs for this 99. He puts his truck where he needs to put his truck. Really didn't see him get in any trouble this year at all. Because I remember last year, there were people saying, oh, Ben Rhodes is trying to kill this guy at Texas when he wrecked. Who the hell did he wreck last year at Texas? It was Eckes. And people were like, did somebody park this truck? He's trying to kill him. Nah. Season of consistent runs. He's putting the truck where he needs to put the truck, getting the good finishes where he needs the good finishes. 6 starts at Phoenix with the best finish of 4th coming back in 2019. Mike, this one's for you. Keys for the 99 truck to win this championship.
So the 94, like you said, Nick, has been the model of consistency this year. Talk about a driver that seems like he's very matured and grown up. And, you know, as somebody who's been a fan, I've always seen it in him. And now you're really starting to see it blossom on the racetrack. And he's just a guy who comes out and puts in a professional effort week in and week out in that 99 truck. His keys to winning the championship are going to be do what you've been doing this year, Ben. Get to the front, stay up there, be consistent. You guys got to make the right calls on the pit road. Stay up front and anything can happen. He's shown that on his day, he can match the 4 on speed. So it's going to come down to how consistent can they be all race long? Can they stay up there? Can they make the right moves? So my keys for Ben Rhodes, do what you've been doing all year. Stay consistent. Stay with what's been working for you. As long as you guys set the truck up with the right speed, you're going to be there at the end.
Absolutely. How awesome would that be? I would just love to see the Snapchats of Mike on Friday night celebrating the 99 winning the championship. How awesome would that be?
All right, guys, here's a perfect scenario.
On Saturday.
He starts out the season with a bang by winning 2 races, and then he closes it winning Phoenix, winning the title. How awesome. That would be incredible.
All right, hear me out. Perfect scenario weekend for all 3 of us. Ben Rhodes gets the Truck Series championship. Noah gets Xfinity Series championship, and Denny Hamlin gets the Cup Series championship.
I'll trade an 18 championship on Saturday for an 11
That's
title
not
on Sunday.
happening, brother. I'm sorry to say, but that's not happening.
Oh,
well, you said the one we know isn't gonna happen. Denny Hamlin win the Cup Series.
Oh, come on, man. You want to light that fire? You want to light that fire back up, boy? I'll come at you.
Oh shit!
I'll come at you like a damn spider monkey, man.
Don't worry, I'll get you the commemorative runner-up diecast this year.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I'll get you that in the Justin Haley race win. Don't worry.
Oh, you're really looking to get your ass kicked, boy. I'll step up. I come home in 17 days. First thing I'm doing, I'm driving down to the eyeball. I am driving down to Cal City, and I'm kicking your ass. Oh shit! All right, let's get back to business here. Next guy, it's that 88 truck of Matt Crafton. It's been an interesting year for this 88 truck. No wins, 5 top 5s, 12 top 10s to this point. He's got 20 starts at Phoenix with a best finish of second, but that came all the way back in 2014. But here's the big question. Can Matt Crafton expose this championship system yet again by winning another title under this format without winning a race? He did it 2 years ago. That was just funny. He ran second at Homestead, won the championship, and we were all hanging out together. We were all just like, this man really just exposed this playoff system that promotes winning. How awesome, how crazy, and how awesome is that? So that'll be the story on Friday night, is if old Crafton can expose his championship system. So Ian, give me your keys for this 88 truck winning this title on Friday night.
I think he's just got to do what he did 2 years ago, be consistent as he possibly can. Guys, this is the ultimate veteran of the truck series. He's been around for a very long time, especially in that 88 truck. We know that he is a multi-time champion. At Phoenix, he's got 6 top 5s and 12 top 10s in 20 races. That's really impressive. So I think just do what you got to do at Phoenix, fight up for the front. Like I know he can. He's always up there fighting for top 5s, just a few more positions more. I think if he just gets really, really strong, you know, your biggest worry this weekend is that 4 truck. So get around that 4 truck. I think you're golden, buddy.
That's my biggest worry is the 88 truck. I just don't think that they have the speed to go up there and run with the 4. Honestly, for me, for Matt Crafton, he's going to have to expose this championship system yet again. I just don't see what the year that they've been having, them rolling out with race winning speed to just go win.
Been consistent. That's how he's gotten here. He's been very consistent.
That's how I think he's going to steal this. I do think he could expose the system yet again.
Mm-hmm.
I think for him to win this title, I think it's going to come off of like a second or third place finish with the other 3 guys having big problems. But we're just going to have to see. And that leaves us to our last guy in this Truck Series Championship 4. And he's the dominant guy all season long. That 4 truck, John Hunter Nemechek, 5 wins on the year for him. He won the first Vegas race. He won Richmond. He won Charlotte. He won Texas. He won Pocono. And on top of that, 12 top 5s, 15 top 10s this season. 7 starts at Phoenix, best finish of second, coming back in 2017. That's when he was back running the 8 truck, and now he's got KBM firepower under his hood. And let's just face it, he's easily been the most dominant truck all season long. He really turned that KBM program back into the powerhouse organization it once was. But here's the crazy thing. John Hunter Nemechek barely made the championship 4 after he had that DNF at Martinsville last week. But, hey, he's here now to race for a title, deservingly so. Mike, John Hunter Nemechek, keys to winning the title besides staying away from that 22 of Austin Wayne Self.
Well, honestly, though, it's exactly that, Nick. I mean, you're John Hunter Nemechek. You are in one of, if not probably the best truck on the grid every weekend. You are one of, if not the most talented driver in the series, especially, you know, out of the younger guys. Your key is to go out there and be John Hunter Nemechek. You came down to the series to win races, win a championship, and establish some value back on your name as you try to get back into a competitive ride at the Cup Series and Xfinity Series levels. One thing, like you said, Nick, he has to stay out of trouble. That's the almighty X factor with the truck series is, they always have some kind of craziness going on. The racing is always insanely close. Always guys getting wrecked, always guys getting moved and dumped around. We saw it just happen this past weekend. You get caught up in somebody else's mess as the championship leader, and your whole season's fortunes could have been turned on their head. So the key for John Hunter Nemechek is to get to the front, stay out of trouble, be John Hunter Nemechek.
Well,
Stay away from Austin Wayne stuff.
Yeah, especially at a track like Phoenix, where we've seen the truck series go 5 wide on a restart here at this racetrack before. So any little small shit like that, that boy could be in trouble. But now it's time, boys. Friday night, under the lights, who is taking home the 2021 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship? Ian, you'll go first.
I really got to say, it's going to be John Hunter Nemechek. This guy has been way too good all season. He has been the dominant truck. He's just going to go out there, do his goddamn thing, and win it just like that. I don't think he's going to have a whole lot of competition on Friday night.
Mikey, who you got, buddy?
Ben Rhodes.
Should I even ask?
Ben Rhodes is going to be your champion. The reason being, have we ever seen John Hunter on this stage before?
Nope.
You don't know how he's going to react. It's a lot easier being the chaser than the chasee. Everybody knows he's the top dog. You got to go out there and perform with the pressure on you. If you're a guy like Ben Rhodes and you don't win the championship right now, hey, it's no harm, no foul. You had a great season. If you're John Hunter Nemechek and you don't win the championship, it's almost got to be looked like as a failure. Those are pretty big expectations and a big lot of pressure to have on you. Can he rise to that occasion and deal with those expectations and that pressure? Don't know. That being said, I think Ben Rhodes rises to the occasion. Ben Rhodes in victory lane, Truck Series champion.
I'm gonna ride with Mike here. I'm also gonna pick the 99 truck to win this title tomorrow night. I'm almost in that same boat. John Hunter in a pressure situation. We really haven't seen that with him this season because he's been the best truck. And I'm really interested to see this practice and qualifying session tomorrow, because these 4 guys are not going to start 1, 2, 3, 4. So who's going to unload with the best speed coming off that truck tomorrow, coming off that hauler tomorrow? You would think it would be John Hunter Nemechek, but something just tells me it'd be too easy to pick that guy to win the title. So I'm going to spice it up. I'm going to say he's going to have problems. Not saying he's going to get spun by a 22 or anything, but all it's going to take is he misses a shift on a restart. He gets shuffled out of line. Give me that 99 truck. Starts the season with the win, ends the season with the win. And we get to see drunk Mike on Snapchat that night. I'm all for it. I'm taking the 99 of Ben Rhodes to cruise to his first championship.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right. This one is what I'm most looking forward to this weekend. That's coming on Saturday night. It's the Xfinity Series Championship 4. Let's be real. We all know it's a fact. Xfinity Series has put on the best racing all year long. And now it's time to meet the championship 4 for these guys. We got Noah Gregson, Austin Cindric, my boy Daniel Hamrick, and then AJ Allmendinger. 4 of the best Xfinity drivers all season long. This one's going to be very exciting. And like I said, Xfinity Series puts on best racing. And I think we're going to see just that Saturday night. They're going to go out with a bang here. And these are really 4 entertaining guys who all realistically have a shot at winning this title. So let's dive into it here. We're going to start off with Ian's boy here, that 9 car, Noah Gregson. Let's take a look at Noah's season. 3 wins come Darlington, Richmond, Martinsville. The Darlington-Richmond ones, they were back-to-back wins. That's when that 9 car really broke free this season. And on top of that, 13 top 5s, 20 top 10s this season. He's got 5 starts at Phoenix with the best finish of second. That came last year in this race. And if he was in the championship 4 last year, that could have been a whole lot different there on that final restart for sure. And really, what an up and down season it's been for Gregson in the 9. We talked about this. He started that 2021 season with finishes of 28th or worse, 4 of the first 5 races of this season. From there on, consistent runs, finally breaking through, winning Darlington, and wins Richmond the next week to go back-to-back. But back here earlier in the spring was one of those DNFs. Gregson finished 39th here in the spring. Ian, you can't have a run like that tomorrow night or on Saturday night. So give me Noah Gregson's key to winning this championship Saturday night.
Well, he's been hot in the playoffs. He's been really looking good ever since that Darlington race. I think he's just got to have that just hot, raw speed that he has had throughout this entire playoffs and go and capture that win at Phoenix. Do what he did last year, one more position better.
Yeah, I think if it came down to it, like a restart in that position, he ain't going to be so friendly to that 22 car.
Ooh, hell no.
He was even talking about in his media day. He said, if it comes down to that again, that restart's going to look a little bit different. So I'm excited to see what Noah's going to bring Saturday night. You know, there's going to be a fire lit under his ass coming off of that Martinsville win. And we're all going to love to see that. So now let's move on to the best car in the Xfinity Series all year long. And that is that 22 car of Austin Cindric, picking up where he left off last year. 5 wins on the season. He won Daytona, Phoenix, Dover, Pocono, and the Indy Road Course. And on top of that, an impressive 21 top 5 finishes and 25 top 10s this season. And this is a great track for Cindric. He won this race back in the spring, and he won this race last year to secure his first Xfinity Series title. So if there's any place Austin Cindric wants to race for this championship, it's right here in Phoenix. And really, the numbers don't lie. He has been the best car all season long in this Xfinity Series. And I am sure he would love to defend his title, win back-to-back Xfinity Series championships before taking over that 2 car next year in the Cup Series. Mike, walk me through Austin Cindric's day on Saturday night. How's he going to win this championship?
Austin Cindric's path to a championship looks a lot like John Hunter Nemechek's potential path to a championship of the Truck Series. You've been the best car or one of the best cars in the field. I guess you could probably make an argument for AJ Allmendinger as well. Those two have kind of been the class of the field all year long. So what you have to do, kind of like John Hunter is going to have to do on Friday night, is get up front and stay up front and stay out of the craziness. Once again, like you said about the trucks, you see this some of the Xfinity Series too. Phoenix, you get those crazy restarts where they go down to the dog leg. You got to stay out of the nonsense there. You've got to get your pit road calls right. You have to stay out front and stay consistent. I think the thing that could hurt, anybody, including Austin Cindric in these situations, is anything can happen on a track like this. You're going to get into the lappers. You know, you've got some gray areas on the track that people are going to try to get to. So I think the key for Austin Cindric to get to the championship, get up front, stay out of trouble.
Absolutely. All right. I'm taking over on this next one because we are talking about my boy, the 18 car, Daniel Hamrick. Looking back on Daniel's year, still no wins, but 14 top 5s, 20 top 10s this season, 7 starts at Phoenix, best finish coming of second back in 2018. Daniel Hamrick, he's made the championship 4 in each of his full-time Xfinity Series season. This is his 3rd time being here. He's a veteran of the championship 4, and consistency, it's been the story of his career. He's yet to find victory lane, but man, he had several chances to do so this season. Last week at Martinsville, Atlanta, he led laps, won a stage at Phoenix back here in the spring. So the question I am going to ask myself is Daniel Hamrick going to expose this system just like Matt Crafton did by winning the championship without winning a race? Or is this the week the monkey comes off the back, securing that first win and first title? Daniel Emerick, he's been consistent in the playoffs too. Minus that, he had a 15th place run at Kansas because of the incident he was involved in. Other than that, it's been top 5 runs for the entire playoffs. But I do think, of course, I would love him to win, but I do think that there's a way that Daniel Hamrick can win this championship by not winning the race. And that's because the 54 car is still going to be on the racetrack on Saturday. John Hunter Nemechek is going to be in that car on Saturday. So if John Hunter wins the championship, maybe John Hunter doesn't go to victory lane on Saturday because he might be a little too hungover. Who really knows? But if he loses that championship, he could be pissed as hell go out and steal the show because the 54 has been the best car all season long. But I would hope that they would put all their efforts into this 18 car this weekend. Granted, he is the only Joe Gibbs car in the championship four. So there's a path to do this without winning the race. But my ultimate keys for Daniel Hamrick to winning this championship is going to have to be, you got to run up front. You got to go win this race, buddy. And what better way to get your first win with it also being you winning the championship? No better way to end your days at Joe Gibbs before heading over to college racing in that bastard full 11 car next year. Can't wait for that. So yeah, that's my keys right there. He could do this without winning a race. It all depends on that 54 car, but his big key, he's got to get that monkey off his back and win this race on Saturday night. And what better way it would be for him to get it done.
I agree. I think you have to. You're in the Xfinity Series. You're going to have to win the race. The championship four. So if you look at the Truck Series again, there's more opportunities for some craziness to happen there. There's more opportunities for wrecks and things like that. I think at the Xfinity level, the championship four are so good. There are guys that are going to run up front all day long anyway. I think the only way to it, maybe you'll get one or two guys out of the championship four have some problems, but I don't think all four will have that. So I think the only way to win the championship is going to be to win the race. So he's going to have to, break through that glass ceiling finally.
And Nick, you would hope that they would give more speed to that 18 than that 54.
I would hope so.
You would really hope.
The way they built that 54 car this year, like we've all said, SpongeBob SquarePants step in that thing and win that fucking race. So, but you would hope they would give a little bit more power to that 18 car. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Mm-hmm. It would be so cool for him to win his first race, with also winning the championship. You guys
phenomenal.
You wouldn't hear from me for a couple days because I might be asleep for a couple days after Saturday night.
No, you're gonna go missing. They're gonna have to put a missing person report out there in Morgantown.
I'm gonna make the Darty WVU account because you're just gonna see me walking around, running the streets butt ass naked with my Daniel Hamrick shirt, waving it up around. We're the champions, motherfuckers!
You're gonna be hanging out with Mothman out there.
Going on.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this last guy in the championship for that 16 car, AJ Allmendinger. Wow, what a season this 16 car has had. 5 wins on the year for Mr. AJ Allmendinger. He won the first Vegas race, another race Daniel Hamrick should have won. Got it taken away from him. He won Mid-Ohio, Michigan, that crazy Bristol race, and he won at the Roval. And to top that off, 18 top 5s, 22 top 10s this season. So really, the 22 and the 16, they've been the class of the field all year long. So it'll be fun to watch those two go at it. 3 starts in the Xfinity Series for the Dinger, and his best finish was 5th, which came earlier this spring. And like I've been saying, this 2021 season has been spectacular. This is AJ Allmendinger's first full-time Xfinity Series season. They won the regular season championship. Let's remember that. And he's been the second best car behind Cindric. So will College Racing keep its magical season alive, captured its first title? I'll ask both of you guys this question. Take me through the 16 cars day on Saturday night, AJ Allmendinger to hoist this championship.
So we've kind of seen it all year where AJ Allmendinger, he'll look like one of the smartest guys out on the track. And then the next week, he'll just look like a complete dumbass and wreck himself or just do something really stupid where he's just getting way too aggressive. I mean, we've seen him and Austin Cindric tangle with each other. The Daytona Road Course, when those two guys wrecked into each other, going for a stage win. And he's just done so much stupid shit like that. I feel like if he just kind of keeps it clean, doesn't do anything stupid like that, unless it's the final lap and you're obviously going for the championship, then go for it. But stay clean. I think you're going to be golden.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think my concern with AJ Allmendinger as a championship hopeful would be my same concern as Noah Gregson, in the fact that they're both fiery guys that at times do get a little too hyped up in the car. My question for AJ Allmendinger is going to be, can he stay calm, cool, and collected throughout this whole race through the inevitability of, to shorter track, there could be some beating and banging. Inevitably, there's going to be some kind of controversy in the race. Can he stay calm, cool, and collected, and keep his car clean to stay up front to try to win this race? Because again, like we said, I think that's what it's going to take to win the championship. You're going to have to win the race. Or do we see self-destruct AJ Allmendinger, who goes out there, wrecks into somebody, overdrives?
I hope he wrecks into the 22, and then it comes down to me and then it comes down to me and Ian for the title.
That would be wild.
I'm hoping for self-destruction, AJ. Honestly, yeah, that's the big concern is what kind of AJ Allmendinger are we going to get? We've heard his radio. His radio has been just as bad as Johnny Sauter's radio sometimes this year. When that dude's mad, he is mad. You don't want to piss him off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that. And then I don't know. I just don't like Allmendinger at a track like Phoenix. I don't think it fits his driving style to go out there and have that raw speed to win this championship. But all right, let's pick it, boys. Who is hoisting that Xfinity Series title Saturday night? Ian, I already see that fucking.
Come on, man!
I already see that grin on your face,
man. He is really good at Phoenix, except for him wrecking earlier this year. But he has looked fast. He's looked like a goddamn savage in these playoffs, especially this past weekend at Martinsville. He races goddamn nuts off. That's what he's going to do Saturday night. Come on, Noah.
I'm Mike, who's hoisting it Saturday night.
All right, guys. The championship winner for the 2022 Xfinity Racing Series is going to be Noah Gregson.
Yeah, my boy.
I'm with Ian on this one. I think he gets up front, and I think he's just enough of an asshole to do what he's got to do and not worry about anything else along
See you, 22.
the way. And more than anything, I'm just trying to will into an existence us getting to see a Noah Gregson championship celebration.
Oh, man. Well, boys, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree.
Well, we
with you
wonder who
one.
you're picking.
I'm picking Austin Singh. No, fuck that. I have to pick the boy. Come on, 18 car Daniel Hamrick. Let's fucking do this shit. I am sick and tired of hearing the narrative. Oh, you can lead races, but you can't win them. You can lead races, you can't win them. Oh, y'all boys, shut the fuck up. It's over for the field. I think we're gonna see a different version of Daniel Hamrick here because he said in his Martinsville press conference he is tired of hearing the same shit over and over again. I think we're gonna see a pissed off 18 car come Saturday night, and I really think he's gonna move people out of the way if he's got to move people out of the way to get up there and win this damn thing. And when he does, just imagine that raw emotion from Daniel Hamrick. Finally wins his first race and he wins the championship at the same time. I'm ready to see backflips. I'm ready to see tears. You're going to see tears from me. Oh man, give me that give me that 18 car and then let the liquor flow that night, boys.
I am the liquor.
I will become the liquor that night. That is for sure. 18 car, Daniel Hamrick, he's going to do it. And yep, I think we're going to see a pissed off 18 car on Saturday night. And that is what I want to see. He's tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. Go out and do it.
I will say the one thing I think does bode well for Hamrick is just what you said. I think one of the things that has kind of hampered him when it comes to getting victories is he's almost a little bit too professional and, team first. It's like, I think knowing you're not coming back to this team next year, you've already got something else like, hey man, gloves are off. It's go time.
No
I hope to God we see that because that'd be fun, man. That'd be a different Daniel Hamrick we've ever seen.
Go take out the 54, go clear out the 19, maybe go get Harrison a little bit.
Knocks out Harrison Burton before he leaves.
Wreck them all. Say, give the big old double birds to Gibbs as he heads over to college. I am all for it. So yeah, that's going to be an exciting one. I think it's going to be the best race of the weekend, as it always is, because these boys are going to have at it.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be wild. And that leads us up to the final race of the weekend, and that would be the NASCAR Cup Series championship race at Phoenix. Let's meet the final four. We got Mr. Domination over here, Kyle Larson, trying to put together the greatest redemption comeback story this sport has seen in a good while. We got defending champion Chase Elliott, the fucking hack, He's looking.
I love how he's a hack too now.
Right.
Everybody at Hendrick Motorsports is a hack.
Christ.
We got Martin Winex Jr. going for his second NASCAR Cup Series championship. And then we got the guy who's going to win the damn thing. We got the 11 car, Denny Hamlin, with his savage, with how big of a savage he is on Twitter. That man's due. No more choking for this guy. So let's dive right into this. We're going to start off with Mr. Domination, that 5 car, Kyle Larson. Let's take a look back at his year. You think he was good at all this year?
Do we really need to? He won everything.
I think he was just okay this year. He only had 9 wins coming at Vegas. He won the Coke 600. 9. He won Sonoma. He won Nashville. He won Watkins Glen. He won Bristol. Won the Roval. Won Texas. Won Kansas. On top of that, 19 top 5s, 25 top 10 finishes this season. 14 starts at Phoenix. Best finish of 3rd coming back in 2018. That was in the Ganassi equipment. So I think he's going to go a hell of a lot faster come Sunday. And then, yeah, I mentioned this. Talk about a comeback story for Kyle Larson here. Nobody saw this type of dominance that we're seeing from him right now. Nobody saw this coming when the season started. Nobody in the right mind at the beginning of the season said, oh, he's going to go out and win 9 races. There's just no way. Like, even we were talking, like, all right, maybe he gets a win or 2, and that would be pretty cool comeback story for him. This dude is just class in the field. And he broke Jeff Gordon's record for most laps led in the season. So you're in pretty good company when you're doing shit like that. So, yeah, this story for Larson to come back and win the championship 1 year after losing that Ganassi ride for that language used in that iRacing event. What a story. So, boys, take me through how's Kyle Larson pulling this thing off on Sunday?
All right. So here's how I'll start with this. What was the knock against Kyle Larson his whole career at Ganassi? He could get out front. He could lead laps, but something always seemed to happen to him at the end.
Kind of like Daniel Hamrick.
Right, off. Don't you bring this boy into this?
Well played. But if you take this whole season and put it as the metaphor of the race, we're now coming up on the final laps. Is he going to put it in the wall? Or are we going to see this new Kyle Larson do what he does? I mean, listen, again, Kyle Larson has been the most dominant race car driver on the planet this year. It's to the point where if somebody besides the 5 wins, we're like, look at that. Somebody else can win everyone. This is pretty cool. So 9 wins. He's just been out of his mind good this year. So, but the thing is, this championship race don't care about what happened the other 35. How good are you going to be Sunday? Hendrick Motorsports has to hit on all cylinders, because I think at this level, with these drivers that are surrounding you for the championship, you've got guys that are hungry. You've got guys like Denny that have never won one. You got guys like Chase trying to solidify his place at the top of the NASCAR food chain here as the guy going forward in our sport. You have to be on your A game on Sunday. So Kyle Larson, you need to look past everything that's happened up to this point, and you need to bring your best performance of the season on Sunday, or you will have won all these races and watch somebody else take home the big trophy at the end of the year.
I bet you Kyle Larson's wishing this race was at Homestead instead of Phoenix, because back in the spring, Kyle ran 7th here. Of course, he was still getting acclimated to the team and everything, so I expect much more speed out of him. But I'm sure Kyle's like, damn, I wish this was at Homestead.
Yeah, I got to say I agree. And also, Kyle Larson, he's got to race his nuts off on Sunday, because all 3 of these guys that he's racing up against are pretty good at Phoenix Raceway. Denny Hamlin's won there before. Chase Elliott, he's obviously Chase Elliott, obviously the previous champion. Truex, he won there earlier this year. So I'd say this is going to be the toughest race of Kyle Larson's career right here, is fighting for this championship, because all 3 of these guys are phenomenal at this track. So I think this is going to be a battle for the ages, and Kyle Larson, he's got to be aggressive. Obviously, that team has got to bring a piece this weekend. and also he's fighting against his teammate who's also really fucking good here. So it's going to be a tough weekend for Kyle Larson.
Kyle needs to be aggressive, but like Mike said, he can't be too aggressive because we've seen Kyle Larson back in his 42 days. He would lose races by slamming that wall while leading. And that just can't happen here. Because it's just kind of like, remember Chase Briscoe, Xfinity Series last year, 9 wins, and he came up empty. And then that's kind of like, well, that really sucked. And then just like for Kyle Larson, it's been a great season for Kyle Larson, but man, have a dominant run all year long just to throw it away by being too aggressive. That would really suck. But all right, let's move on. Chase Elliott and this 9 team. 2 wins on the year for old Clyde. That came at COTA and Road America. And on top of that, 14 top 5 finishes, 20 top 10s. I think Chase Elliott is pretty good here, given he won this race a year ago to secure his first ever Cup Series championship.
Yes, he did.
And Chase, he's been the second best running Hendrick car this season behind the 5. Yes, old Hack Bowman might have the 4 wins, but you look at the stats, Elliott's been more consistent in the top 5 and top 10 department, but he has yet to find victory lane on an oval this season, but he's surely going to have to do that if he wants to defend his title and win back-to-back NASCAR Cup Series championships. Mike, we'll start with you. Take me through the 9's day on Sunday. How does old Clyde repeat?
Chase Elliott becomes a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion by staying the fuck away from that 4 as far away as possible. Stay away from the 11 because you're guilty just because your fans, or he hates your fans. So you're guilty by association. Stay away from him. So, no, but I mean, the thing with Chase Elliott, and we've seen this in the past, Alan Gustafson has at times gambled when they shouldn't, and they've had some races where they've kind of thrown away. This is going to be a race where the pit stalls or pit road stuff is going to be at a paramount. It's going to be amplified to 1,000. You're going to get a late race restart here. Do they make the right call? Do they stay out? Does anybody have any mistakes on pit road? You got to stay away from that kind of stuff. Like you've said, Nick, he's really, really good at Phoenix. All things being equal, Chase has probably got some of the most talent at running this racetrack. He won here last year for the championship. So we know the pressure isn't going to be something that gets to him. You got to stay out all the other nonsense. You've got to execute on pit road. Alan Gustafson's got to get it right as well. And by God, stay away from Kevin Harvick.
Kevin's going to wish Chase a happy, merry off-season and a happy Christmas after fencing.
Well, the only saving grace is I don't think that Chase at any point in this race will be running like 17th, so it's not going to matter.
Talking about the King of Phoenix here, boy.
Oh, he has definitely not been the King of Phoenix here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ian, what are you going to say about Chase? I'm sure you don't have very nice things to say about this guy.
I can't wait for this one.
I just hope he blows an engine before the race starts. That'd be the best scenario, so he doesn't even start his championship run.
Oh, man.
No, let's be serious. Chase, he's good at Phoenix. But I really don't think that he's going to be pulling it off, to be fair. I mean, his only wins this year came on the road courses, Circuit of the Americas, Road America. Though obviously those are new tracks for the Cup Series. And, he's been really consistent, but he has been in Kyle Larson's shadow all year. And I think that's how it's going to be. I think it's going to be the toughest race for him this weekend. And I don't think he'll be top 5, but it's going to be Kyle Larson. It's going to be shining in those Hendrick cars.
Yeah, I think that's also going to be Chase's biggest concern. He's got to break the shadow of that 5 car. He's been running second fiddle to him all year long with his dominance and everything. So for Chase to get this done, they're going to need very good pit stops. They're going to have a very good practice session, get a feel for their car. They're going to have to qualify well. This is why I love that we're bringing practice and qualifying back for this race. Because, again, these boys aren't starting 1 through 4. It's going to make it more exciting if one of them screws up a qualifying lap and, oh, shit, we're starting 17th now, we're going to have to work our ass up there. That would be pretty exciting. And, yeah, pit stops are going to have to be flawless. And he's just going to have to put that visor down, tighten them belts, get up on that wheel. He's got to go and try and beat that 5 car. But Chase, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's determined to do this thing. So I can see him going back to back, even though he's got a teammate who's a hack, but that's okay. All right. Moving on here. This is the guy who I think is the ultimate sleeper pick for this championship 4, and that is that 19 car of Martin Truex Jr. He's got 4 wins on the season. He won this race. He had the fastest car here in the spring. Won this Phoenix spring race. He's also won Martinsville, Darlington, Richmond. On top of that, 12 top 5s, 19 top 10s this season. It's kind of, despite having the 4 wins, it's been kind of a quiet season for MTJ. He got into this championship 4 off of that late race restart, because remember, he was actually a genius for what he did. He saw like 6 cars line up on the bottom. He was like 5 or 6 points out, but because of the choose, he chose that outside, and he was able to jump all the way back up to outside row 2, and he gained all those points right back. And then he had a pretty good restart, and he got himself in. So I think he's got to be considered a favorite for winning this race, for winning this back in the spring. He's going to be tough to beat. That's why I think he's going to be a sleeper pick. So it's going to be tough to beat those Hendrick cars, but I think if there's a sleeper in this field, it is that 19 car, and I think these other 3 guys are really sweating it, seeing him in this championship 4. So let's break it down. Martin Truex Jr. winning this Cup Series championship on Sunday, his second one. How's it going to happen?
So you remember what I said about Kyle Larson is, you had a phenomenal 35 races, but what you've done up until now doesn't matter unless you go out and get it done on Sunday. Truex is kind of really the opposite of that. You've got the 4 wins, but besides your wins, the rest of your season has been pretty ho-hum. But you know what? All that doesn't matter anymore. You're here now. The only thing that matters was what happens on Sunday. And you couldn't have picked a better racetrack for Martin Truex Jr. to get it done for a championship. The only question mark I have for Martin Truex Jr., he's a veteran driver. He's calm, cool, and collected, besides bitching about the lappers. But jokes aside, he's not the guy that lets the moment get ahead of him. My only question for him, he does have a rather inexperienced crew chief in James Small. He doesn't have the Pern star anymore on top of the pit box making all the decisions for him. So, I think last year we did see some times where there were some growing pains. This year has been a little bit better, although there's been some wonkiness at times. Can he overcome the pressure? I think Martin Truex can overcome the pressure. But just like I had questions for Chase Elliott's team with Alan Gustafson and some of the calls they've made in the past year, I have the same thing for this 19 team coming into Sunday. I think Martin Truex is in the catbird seat. He's probably the best driver in the field out of the championship 4 at this racetrack. Everything's lined up for him. Can they not screw it up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think Truex is in the best position to win the championship this weekend. Obviously he won the race here earlier this year, and he's also won on some really tough tracks. Martinsville, Darlington, Richmond. This guy has been great on the short tracks, the tough tracks. Under pressure, he is really, really good. And I think this Sunday, he's got the best opportunity. Really good at Phoenix. Obviously really good under pressure, like the championship, like how he was in 2017. I think he's got a really, really good chance on taking it this weekend.
Yeah, he's going to be one to watch out for. He's my sleeper pick for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave us up to the last guy. He's choked away many championships before in the past. It's that 11 car, Denny Hamlin. It's been kind of an off, you could say off here, but not really. In the win department, sure. He's got 2 wins on the year, both coming in the playoffs. He won at Darlington, then he won at Vegas. But on top of that, 18 top 5s, 24 top 10. So he's been right up there with the 5 all season. Chase Briscoe ruined his chances of winning the regular season championship. That guy's a hack too. Yeah. Denny and Kyle have been the two best cars all season. The consistency of the 11, that's why he's here. But Denny nearly saw his playoffs come to an end last week when, I'm going to say it again, some hack dumped him with under 10 laps to go who wasn't even in the playoffs. But he's here. He's still here, seeking that first Cup Series championship. Is it his day finally? Let's see what you guys got to say. I want to hear what Mikey's got to say about this one. Take me through
All right,
the
so
11th day.
For Denny to win a championship, it's going to start at breakfast, guys. You got to chew the banana really fine. You got to chew the strawberry real fine. At lunch, no bones in your chicken. Nothing you can choke on, Denny. If there's anything that you can possibly choke on, stay away from it. No, listen, in all seriousness, a couple things are really boding well for Denny and kind of playing into his hand this weekend. He is coming off a controversy. Denny thrives off a controversy. Kind of like his co-owner for 2311 Racing. When things hit the fan, he seems to get better. Michael Jordan was always one, which you guys know, living in Chicago. When there's any kind of controversy, anybody, stepped him, anything that could give him a little fire, look back at all the stuff with the Pistons. And I took that personally. We've all seen The Last Dance. When you gave Michael Jordan extra fuel to the fire, he made you pay. Denny's got a little bit of that in him too. When you give him a little extra fuel in the fire, he usually makes people pay. Now, the thing he's going to have to do, you got to have a short memory. You got to get out of your head with everything that's happened in championship races in the past. Every race is different. So you have to come here mentally with a clean slate. You have to go out there and be Denny Hamlin. Just like you said, Nick, he's been the most consistent driver all year. The races where Kyle Larson hasn't won, he hasn't been as good as Denny Hamlin. Denny's been the most consistent driver from 1 through 35. So he's going to find a way to get up there. He's going to find a way to be fast. You got to stay away from the mistakes. That's what killed him last year. Make good choices at lunch and breakfast time, Denny, and I think you're going to be.
Hey, I think Swag Daddy Denny is going to get that championship this Sunday.
Daddy.
This Sunday, he won there a few years ago to lock himself into the Final Four for Homestead when that was a championship race. And I think just do what you've been doing all year. He, like you said, he is the most consistent driver this year, not named Kyle Larson. Just been absolutely just dominant this year with the finishes. Again, only 2 wins, which is really surprising with how great he has been this year. But just forget Alex Bowman, forget Chase Elliott's fan base, get all that bullshit out of your head and just worry about Sunday. And I think you'll be good. Just have the race on your mind and punting that 9 into the wall and you'll be good.
His biggest thing on Sunday is, stay out of trouble. He's got a fire lit under his ass. Obviously, he's been sparking up Twitter all week long. That's what he does. He's a savage, and I just like him in this. I like him in this moment. I really do. He's been consistent all year long, and this is a very great racetrack for Denny Hamlin. Last year didn't go his way because of mistakes. It seems like the mistakes on pit road are always the Achilles heel for this 11 team when it's time to come win a championship. Remember 2 years prior to that, the freaking giant ass piece of tape they put on the car. What are you doing, man? And then last year just really didn't have the speed to go up there and compete with Chase in the 9. So Denny's just got to be Denny. I really like him in this position, and I really think old Swag Daddy Savage Hamlin is finally going to get that monkey off of his back and finally get that first title. So that brings me down to this. Come Sunday night, who is your 2021 Cup Series champion?
So, to me, this is the most intriguing championship battle because you have a guy that's been dominant all season long. And this track hasn't really been all that great to him. Even this year, he didn't have the best run here. Then you've got on the other end of the spectrum, a guy like a Martin Truex Jr., who kind of just skated in, skated by. And now this track is what his best track or one of his best tracks. If you were going to ask to be in a position being named Martin Truex to win, you would have circled this track on the calendar. Like, this is where we want to do it at. So I think there's a lot of different interesting possibilities here. But with that being said, I think your 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion is going to be back-to-back Chase Elliott.
Oh shit.
All right. I think 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion. I don't like to say it, but I think it is going to be Martin Truex Jr.
Oh.
I know it hurts saying that too. I don't want him to win it, but I really do think he is going to come out on top. He got hot, not like hot, but he got into the right position to get himself into this Final Four spot. Won here earlier this year. He's won on some really tough tracks. I think he'll be getting it done because I really do think, sorry, Nick, Denny Hamlin's going to find a way to choke it away again, and Kyle Larson's going to find a way to choke it too. So hey, I think it's going to be a battle between Truex and Chase Elliott for the championship.
Stock Car Spectacle has no faith in that 5-car whatsoever. Because I'm going with that 11-car Denny Hamlin. I really do think it's his time. I love this racetrack for him. I love the fire that's lit under his ass right now. And then we can finally put this talk to bed that Denny can't win a championship because he keeps choking it away. That all goes away on Sunday. Kyle Larson's going to come away very sad, very frustrated after pissing this one away. But, yep, Denny Hamlin is your 2021 Cup Series champion. And, man, what a show, boys. Weekend. What a show. What a wild weekend of racing we have coming up. Like I said, this is my favorite show to do every season because we bring out some really good talking points here. We can have some fun with it as we did. So yeah, if you boys don't have anything else to say, class dismissed, and let's go racing.
Yeah, I think I'm all good. If Mikey, you're all good, then we'll end our show here.
Yes, sir. Sounds good, boys. I'm excited for this one.
Oh, absolutely. Going to be wild weekend of racing. I'm so sad that this is the final weekend of racing of the season. This season went by way too fast.
Final race of the season, final race of the Gen 6 car. It's going to be sad to see it go. They put an end of an era where because after Sunday, all the focus and the mindset shifts onto that next gen car. Going to be exciting.
Yeah. And another little side note, this is the first championship weekend the three of us haven't been together watching together in a long time.
Yeah.
Too. That kind of sucks.
God damn you, Nick, and your education.
Hey, man. Gotta go do it. Gotta go do what I gotta do.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning into the Stock Car Spectacle. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications every time that we upload new content. We do have a brand new logo that will be coming out very soon, thanks to our good buddy Dalton Good. Make sure you guys give him a follow for any graphic artwork that you want done. And that will about wrap it up for us. So guys, enjoy the wild weekend of racing at Phoenix, and we'll see you guys next week for the championship review. So for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
We'll see you guys next time.